So, good morning to everyone, and we'll continue our Unix class today. So, before going to continuation of this Unix class, I'd like to show you something here. That is, for Unix class, only 20 people have registered. I don't know what happened to other people. Only 20 have registered to this particular Unix class, and I have given. So, however, whatever the number of students you have attended here, registered here. So I have given one question to you. So a question will be given to you. This is the question. So you need to find the gross salary of an employee stated that the inputs, number of inputs which are available or which are expected to take will be employee number, employee name, and the basic. These are the variable names. And you need to follow the conditions something like this. Traveling allowance TA must be 15% of basic salary, DA must be 70% of basic salary, and HRA will be 11% of basic salary, and Provident Fund PF must be 12.5% of basic salary, and income tax will be calculated based on these conditions. Okay, based on these conditions. So this question will be evaluated for 20 points. You may be given 20 points, and so your problem could be, you could be solve this particular problem on or before 17/6/2020. If you are unable to solve this one, you will be also permitted to send the answer to this particular classroom after 17/6/2020. There is no problem, but you will be evaluated for only 50% of the points or marks which have been awarded to you. Okay, so based on that, I don't know what happened to other people. So the girls here and the boys here take lead and ask them to register to Unix, because so if you get habituated to have this Unix programming, something like this, then look at this. So as far as Linux programming point of view, so look at this. This is Linux programming, which was stipulated by your university. Let me say JNTU Kakinada. And here, first question is okay. You have been studying something about all the specifications here. Right away from second question onwards, you are expected to write C programming in Linux based environment here. You please observe this one, and everything must be done in C programming. So to get habituated of this, you need to solve the questions what I have given in the Google Classroom. Unless otherwise, probably you could get some kind of a problem while enter into C program which have been there here. Okay, please remember this, and you need to solve the questions what I have given to you, and you will be evaluated. Look at this, you will be evaluated. Let me show the Unix classroom. At the end, after evaluation, you could get so you could get the marks here. You could also see the marks. So after posting marks here by me. Okay, so everything should be done in a proper way. So you please remember everything, and I have to have so be careful on Google Classroom while I have given any kind of questions to you. So soon I have given any question, it will be a mail will be come to you or reach to you, stated that this is the question which I have given by so-called teacher, something like that. You please remember this. However, let us consider today we are focused upon one particular point here. The point is for loop. So wanted to examine for loop. Previously we have seen, just for a while. Previously we have seen, this is the notepad I have taken into consideration. Previously we have come across up to this particular while loop. If and everything has been given to you. Now while loop has been taken into consideration at this moment. Already it is completed. Now let us consider, so where it is. Yes, let us consider this for loop here. How for loop could be. For loop does have 4 different types of syntaxes. 4 different types of syntaxes which are available with us. This is the first syntax. So for a particular variable, you could take your own variable, and in it is always trying to search within the given list of elements something like this. You have been allowed to give some number of list of elements, and based on this particular list of elements, variable will be assigned to first element of this particular list. So after done will be executed. So for the first time done will be executed, it will be goes to next element. Again done will be taken third element. Again done will be taken fourth element, and so on and so forth up to n number of elements will be taken. After taking this particular nth value, the for loop will be taken false, and it will be goes to next statement after this particular for loop here. Okay, I will repeat one more time. Variable will be initially assigned to 1, so it could be assigned to 1, and once it could be executed done, it will be immediately goes to 2 here. Again done, so it will be goes to 3 here. Again done, it will be goes to 4 here, and so on and so forth. How many number of list of elements are there with you? Until then, it could be that. So this for loop could be taken bash. We are working with the BASH. We are working with the BASH. You can see what is this bash if you have any question. So let me take this one for a while. Just wait for a while. Let me take the terminal, and if any question will be, if any data will be typed, command will be typed which is not available with you, then it is immediately displayed. So command is not found. Of course, it is 18, so that the BASH is not displayed here. Previous versions you have BASH. So bash so-called command is not found will be displayed. Of course, it is a core 18, so that there is no problem at all. However, so bash bound shell, so less than, let me say not less than actually. So whatever the bound shell version right away from greater than or equal to, so greater than or equal to 1.0 onwards, it could be gets worked out. Okay, for all bound shell versions, it could be worked out. Whereas if you go ahead with the second kind of syntax, this is the second kind of syntax here, it could be worked out with only BASH bash version, so 3.0 onwards. Okay, it could be worked out right away from 3.0 so onwards. So here, so the problem which is pertained here is, the problem which is available at this particular place is, you need to mention how many number of values with you. You need to mention all those values. That is the basic problem here. If you want to work out your loop for 100 values, you have to specify 1 space, 2 space, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. You have to type 100 values. That could be somewhat rigorous to enter by the user. That could be somewhat a problem to be entered by the user. So to right away from bash version, so bound shell version 3.0 onwards, it was introduced. It was introduced in this one. You need to specify the starting value. Starting value, let me say that is 1, 2 dots, followed by ending value, let me say some 200. It could be somewhat better when compared to this one. Okay, so starting value is 1, and the ending value will be equal to some 1000. It could be somewhat better. You need to specify 1 to 1000 values. If you want to type that one, it will be take huge amount of time. So to avoid such kind of so human tendency, so it was introduced right away from bash 3.0 onwards, bound shell 3.0 onwards. And one more improvement is there right away from bash. So bound shell, bash in the sense bound shell. So 3.1 onwards, there is an improvement. So here you have been taken this particular kind of syntax. You may be taken always. So variable could be assigned to start value. Variable can be assigned to start value. For each execution of done, variable will be increased by 1. Okay, it could be increased by 1. So start value, for example, so 1 double dot of 10 could be taken. So variable will be assigned to 1 here in the beginning. After done will be executed, variable will be changed to 1 plus 1, that is 2. So 2 plus 1, that is 3, and so on and so forth up to 10 will be taken. As and when the final value, end value will be reached by this particular variable, then obviously this entire structure will be so goes for false, and it will be goes to next statement. So that is what being happening. So when you could take this one here. So here you don't have any special permission to increase the value, I mean variable value by your own or at your own. It is always trying to increase by one. Okay, if it is 1, starting value equal to 1 in the sense, it will be increased to 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. If you have any idea to increase the value, so by 2 or by 3, let me say variable will be starting value and ending value is 200, wanted to display 5 multiples. For example, 5 multiples. So 5, 10, 20, 15, 20, 25, 30. If you want to display something like this loop is not supported you. This loop is not supported. Then you will go ahead with this particular. So starting value, variable will be start with the starting value is 1 and ending value is, for example, that is 10. Now you have to specify the step count. At a time, how many number of steps it could be skipped. That is, let me say some 2. For example, it could be 0, it could be 0, and 0 to 10, step count is 2. Each and every time, initially variable will be assigned to 0. If done will be executed, it will be increased based on the step value. If step value is 2, so 0 plus 2, that is 2. Again, done will be executed, 2 plus 2, that is 4. So again, done will be executed, 4 plus 2, that is 6, and so on. It will be continued in such a way. So it could be somewhat improvement of this particular this particular loop with incorporation of step here. It is executed right away from 3.1 onwards. Okay. Then it's also seems somewhat problem. So people are identifying or posting many number of problems to the developers, stating that it is also not executing in a proper way, so that they have included or they have introduced as like as C programming or C for loop, something like this, which is working right away from BASH bash, so 4.0 onwards. Of course, 4.0 in the sense Ubuntu 4 onwards. Okay, 4.0 onwards, this kind of structure can be gets executed. It is as like as C programming. Okay, so expression 1 will be executed exactly for one time, only one time it is being executed. Expression 2 must be a condition. You need to establish some condition here. Expression 3 must be so always updating the particular loop controller. This might be accepted. So this expression might be accepted pre-increment and post-increment only, not pre-increment, post-increment only. So I plus plus something like this, it could be accepted. Okay, it could be accepted here. So these are 4 different types of structures which are available. So first structure, first syntax will be executed right away from 1.0 onwards. Second syntax will be executed or available at 3.0 onwards. Third syntax will be available at 3.1 onwards. Fourth syntax will be available at 4.0 onwards. These are the 4 syntaxes which we have with us. Okay, let us examine how these could be. Let me execute for the first kind of syntax here. Okay. CD UP plus nano. My class is F1 for loop 1 dot sh. Okay, clear. One more thing I would like to mention here is, you please remember whatever the end value you could consider here, whatever the n value you have considered here, let me eliminate everything, let me erase everything. So let me erase everything. So you could consider here, I have forgotten to give this one. This n value must not be any variable, must not be any variable, something like this. This end value and start value must not be variables. Okay, they must be constants. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on and so forth. You have to specify 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on and so forth. So you have to specify in such a format. One moment, please. Yeah. So and so on and so forth only. So always it must be constants. They should not be. They should not be variables. The starting value or ending value should not be variables, and here also should not be variables. And here variables will be accepted. Here variables will be accepted. You please remember this one. It is very important to be evaluate this one here. Okay. Let me go ahead and take the clear and for I in 1 comma 2 1 2 space, all spaces must be given 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Do, let me say, print the value echo echo $I. Okay, done. Wanted to produce 1 to n numbers. This is the way for taking first syntax. Okay, let me execute this one for a while. So chmod u plus x for f1 dot sh. Yes, it has been taken. F1 dot sh. It could be produced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. So wanted to produce by using first syntax, wanted to produce some 1,000 elements or 1,000 values. If you want to produce something like that, so you have to specify. So here need to specify. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and so on and so forth. You need to specify how many number of values you are expected. You have to specify those values here. It is somewhat rigorous and somewhat problem to enter such kind of values here. So to evaluate or to avoid this kind of situation, what exactly the 3 plus 1 has introduced here is eliminate everything here, and I have to open a brace. So 1 double dot to 10. It is very easy to specify. It is very easy to specify, and you may be very easy to apply this particular thing here in the sense here. Okay, let us have a look at this one here. So let me execute the same. Yes, you could get, of course, you could not identify the difference between these two. Let me introduce hyphen n because display the contents in the same row, something like this. So if you take this one, then you could identify some difference here. Okay, let me execute this one. Hope that you could understand. Okay, so in this way you could display the contents. Okay, this is the second point, and the third one is wanted to take some step count. So let me introduce step count double dot. Let me start this particular value right away from 0, and so I wanted to display only even numbers here. So step count is 2. Step count is 2 here. Then what exactly it is being evaluated here? Let me execute this one for you. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, hope that you understand. If you want to avoid 0, you have to start our initialized value right away from 2, and you will continue. So in this way, so you have to take into consideration of these values here. And as far as the fourth syntax, which is available with you, is so fourth syntax will be taken something like this. It could be get started, 2 parentheses open, single space, I will be equal to 0. So semicolon, single space, I less than or equal to, of course, you could take your value. So semicolon, single space, I plus plus. 1 to n numbers are, 1 to 100 numbers wanted to generate here. So single space, so close the 2 closed parentheses. Do done. Everything is same. Do done. Okay. So I'll give you complete points here. There is no problem. You could execute everything here. You can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0 to 100 has been generated here. Like this, you could generate your values. These are the 4 syntaxes which are available here. These are the 4 different kinds of syntaxes which are available here. So using these 4 syntaxes, yes, you can. Let me evaluate if variable could be taken. What would be the problem here? Let us examine. Let me take echo. So enter a value, for example. Value. Okay. Let me read n. So operate for read n. Okay. If I would consider, let me take the first and foremost syntax here. I in 1. So let me say second syntax, not first one. So 1 double dot dollar n. If you want to get the value of n, so you need to take dollar n. Okay. So if you take something like this, there is no error. There is no error in this kind of program, but how the output will be, let us examine. Let us examine. Okay, let me execute the same program here. N will be equal to 10. You could see it could be generated 1 to 10 something like this. You don't have any error. It could not provide any kind of error. Okay, it could not provide any kind of error. Don't worry about that particular error. But so look at this. So it has been generated the value of this one here. Only this particular thing has been generated and come out from the loop. It could not be generated or it could not be succeed our actual aspiration. Okay. So that is what you need to remember. So here you are not supposed to take any kind of so variables here. These two must be always constant values. That's what you need to remember. These two must be always constant values. Okay. However, let me consider wanted to. So this is what about the for loop here. Let me consider I wanted to apply break and continue operations. Everybody have some idea regarding to break and continue. So look at this, some kind of break and continue. Of course, not exactly with for, you could operate with while also. I have written in terms of for only. Okay, so this is one way. Of course, break and continue could be operate by using any one of these syntaxes. There is no problem at all. All those syntaxes will be so expected. There is no problem at all. Okay, and of course, continue also. Wanted to apply this break or continue. This break or continue is always trying to break the execution of loop or skip the execution of loop for one particular value, any one of these. Break the execution of loop. If a condition will be get satisfied, then obviously the loop will be get stopped. Otherwise, if a condition will be executed, it will be skip that particular value and goes to next value. Okay. For example, I wanted to display the series of values without having 5 multiples. Okay. So let us examine this. Let us do this particular problem here. Okay. So nano f2.sh. Clear. Let me consider for I in open parenthesis 1 to some 100. Out of this 1 to 100, let me take if any value will be, I mean, I value will be equal to the multiples of 5, that could be skipped. Otherwise, you have to generate the value. Okay. So if is always expected to be take something here. So EXPR. Otherwise, you could take, if you have any problem like this, you have to take some particular thing like this. K will be equal to EXPR I modulo division of so 5. Okay, could be taken something like this. Now you can check it if so K will be equal to sorry, dollar K. I'm very sorry, dollar K will be equal to 0, then what shall we have to do? Then we have to continue. Then, okay, then continue. Okay, F5. Otherwise, what we are supposed to do? So echo $I will be generated, and of course, let me print some space. Okay, done. Let us examine this. Let us examine this. Okay, chmod u plus execution for f2.sh. Okay, dot slash f2.sh. Okay. Wait for a while. You are unable to see completely. Okay. Let me produce up to some 20. It could be better, I think. Some 20. Up to 20, it is better. So because everything will be displayed in single line, so it could be better. Okay. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is not available. 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 is not available. 11, 12, 13, 14. 15 is not available, and so on and so forth. Okay. The problem is I haven't given -n, so that is why it has been displayed line by line. Okay. However, -n has been, the switch has been forgotten. So okay. Okay. Now you could see. Now you could see. Up to 100. Up to, you could take up to 100. There is no problem at this moment. At this moment, there is no problem at all. So you could execute this one here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 is 5 is not there. 10 is not there. 15 is not there. And 20 is not there. 25 is not there, and so on and so forth. 100 also not there. Okay, 60 is not there. 60 is not there. So therefore, you have to execute. You have to execute. Continue by taking one particular condition. I have given one example to you. It is not probably, it may be opted example or may not be opted example to evaluate how the continuous statement will be gets executed. So that is why I am supposed to give this one here. Okay. So that is the point here. If you want to execute, break, you need to break this particular loop in the middle by reaching one particular condition. The condition might be if a first occurrence of some 25. Okay, first occurrence of some 25 is there, then I'd like to stop my execution here in the sense how you could continue this particular, break this particular loop here in the sense. So let me consider. So it is okay. It is 100. Okay. So modulus of 25. If it is equal to 0, k equal to 0, let me break this one. Let me break this particular loop. It is no more to continue. No more to continue. Just I'm giving some example. That's all. Just I'm giving some example here. Not more than. So you could see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 24. It has been displayed. When 25 is encountered, obviously, it has been so what do you call, break that particular loop, and the loop is going to be finished, terminated immediately. Okay. In this way, break and continue is supposed to be evaluated. So this is the way of so taking this particular kind of issues, and more or less we have been discussed all looping. Okay, one loop has been left over here, that is case, switch case. So let me discuss that switch case by tomorrow because I'm running out of time. Now we have only 2 minutes of time. It is not enough to continue with the 2 minutes of time. So this is the way you have to operate so-called so break and continues here. Break and continue, otherwise so the for loops. Okay. And you people have requested me, we haven't received all YouTube links to you. So yesterday I have posted all YouTube links to you. So in our respective groups, you please go through those links and you have to listen one more time the classes. Okay, no problem. So you could listen at any moment of time. Okay. So this is what today's class. Tomorrow we shall continue with Unix only. Please let me know if anybody is not taking the class. Please let me know through your group or with your personal number. So I will consider the class immediately regarding to either DBMS or it is Unix. Either of these classes I will consider. So if anybody is not taking class immediately, let me know. So please take so and so class. Either it is DBMS or Unix. Your choice is yours. I will take the class immediately. Okay. So that is what the class is today.